All right, so we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live Zoom reading of The Wickham Way. This is our first new work that we're presenting on the Zoom format for y'all, so we're so excited to be able to share this work with these incredible artists here. So without further ado, I'm going to let them speak and introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Koch. I'll be reading Liza Cooper tonight.
Hi, my name is Jessica Hope Katz, and I'll be reading Marti Kaplan this evening.
Hi, my name is Eileen Mager, and I'll be reading Shelby Brewster tonight.
Hi, I'm Joe Rothstein, and I'll be reading Abner Morse.
Hi, I'm Joey Nasta, and I'll be reading Charlie Morse.
Hi, I'm Arlene Schulman, and I'm the director.
Hi, I'm Taline Banks, and I'll be reading stage directions.
I am Rubin Ladutke, and I wrote the play, and it features 4 songs by Lisa Brigantino. Enjoy the show.
Wonderful. Yes. So without further ado, enjoy The Wickham Way.
The Wickham Way by Rubin Ladutke. Songs by Lisa Brigantino. Act 1, Scene 1. Setting. The front parlor/breakfast room of the Wayfarer Inn, a bed and breakfast located in Wickham, Vermont in the southern Green Mountains. The upstage exit leads to a foyer and offstage the inn's front door. There is one large bay window. Comfortable setting, chairs, sofa, love seat, etc., is arranged near a fireplace, which has a mantel lined with family photos. Above the mantel is a large portrait of a woman seated at a piano. An exit off the parlor leads to the stairs up to the guest bedrooms. Across the room, the breakfast area holds a well-loved dining set and a sideboard. An exit off the breakfast area leads to the kitchen, and behind it, the owner's suite of rooms. At Rise, a night in February. It is early evening, around 5:30 p.m., but already dark. Liza stands at the window, looking out at heavy snowfall. Marti is seated on the sofa. Shelby sits opposite her.
I don't know what's keeping him. He should be back any time now.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Earth to Liza. Come in, Liza.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Aunt Shelby. It's just we really need to get to my folks.
I know, honey. Let's just give him a little more time, okay? He really wanted to go over the concert and dedication arrangements this afternoon.
Yeah, but the snow's just getting heavier. Maybe we should meet up at town hall tomorrow and work it all out then. What do you think, Marti?
I think this place is gorgeous. I couldn't read the sign when we came in. What's it called?
Oh, the Wayfarer Inn. At least that's what it's been called since the Morses bought it. My mom once told me it used to be called something else. I don't remember what.
The Wayfarer. Huh, that fits. I like it. I wonder why they named it that.
The story I heard was something about how they loved to travel when they were young.
Well, how long has it been on the market?
Only a few weeks. Abner wanted to get through the holidays before I started showing it. Why do you ask?
Well, I'd love if we could get a quick tour. We've been thinking about buying an inn, change of pace.
Really? That's... wow. I see. Really?
We were talking about Massachusetts, not Vermont, and definitely not Wickham.
I know, but it doesn't hurt to look, does it?
I could take a peek into the owner's suite and make sure everything's shipshape.
The owner's suite?
Oh, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and it has its own entrance. I think it used to be another wing of the inn, but Abner and Joan used it for themselves, and when family comes to visit, that sort of thing.
3 bedrooms. The kids wouldn't even have to share a room.
Marti, please.
What? Liza? Is there something you forgot to tell me? You 2 have kids?
Yeah, of course
Well,
not. That is ridiculous. I don't mean, it's just we're not ready.
Speak for yourself.
I was.
Okay. Well, if you do want a family, don't wait too long. The older you get, the harder it is.
That's exactly what I've been saying, right, Liza?
Marti, would you stop? We're not even married.
It's not for want of asking.
Speaking of kids. Liza, did your brother tell you they're expecting again?
You serious? Danny's gonna have 4 kids now?
5. It's twins.
Wow.
Oh, it's not the word I'd use. What are they, rabbits?
Your folks gonna go broke buying Christmas presents.
Nothing wrong with a big family if you can handle it. Abner and Joan had 5 kids too, and I think they're up to, let's see, 9 grandchildren.
My poor mother doesn't even have one.
Aunt Shelby, what about Charlie? He's not coming, is he? Please say he's not coming. I don't need any surprises this weekend.
Don't tell me you two still aren't speaking.
Who's Charlie?
He's the Morse's oldest grandson. Charlie and Liza grew up together.
You didn't answer my question.
You can relax. He and Abner are on the outs, so I doubt he'll show up. He wasn't here at Christmas. The last time he came up was for Joan's funeral.
And I still can't believe Mrs. Morse is gone. I wish I could have made it back.
It was sudden, and Abner wanted a private funeral.
Still, I should have been here.
Liza, please. You should have come back plenty of times. But it's been a non-starter.
Look, I had my reasons.
I know, sweetie, I know.
So can we check the place out then, just for fun? Or do we sit here twiddling our thumbs?
Okay, fine, as long as we're sure nobody's home.
I'll be glad to show you around. Be right back. Just sit tight.
She exits to the kitchen.
Marty, you really need to control yourself. All this talk about marriage and kids.
Liza, you know how I feel about you, and I thought you felt the same way.
Of course I do. I'm just not sure I want to get married.
You mean you're not sure if you ever want to marry me? Because you never had a girlfriend until we met. Maybe that's the problem. You don't know if you're ready to, if you want to limit yourself to this.
Do we have to do this now, here?
You keep avoiding the subject. We've got to talk about it sometime. I guess you think if you make a commitment to me, someday you might wonder if you're missing out on something.
Honey, that's not it. I swear. It's just,
Then what exactly is holding you back?
I don't know. Marty, when I was growing up, my father was convinced that being gay was a sin. I mean, you should have heard him. As a minister, he made sure gay people were never felt welcome in his church. And I was absolutely terrified that he'd find out I was attracted to girls, so I could never admit it, not even to myself. I certainly never felt free to act on those feelings. And I tried so hard to push them away, but nothing worked. Whenever a woman would show any interest in me, I'd freeze. And then I met you, and you were funny and smart and beautiful. More than anything, I just wanted to be with you. So I told you I was gay. I didn't even realize what I was saying until it just came out of my mouth.
But you weren't sure. And you're still not sure, are you? Is that why you won't marry me?
Marty, stop. You promised you'd play it cool this weekend. Maybe I should have come alone. I don't need this whole town talking about us.
How do you think it makes me feel that after all this time, you still treat our relationship like a deep, dark secret? You won't even mention it on social media. Are you ashamed of us, of me?
Of course not.
And who cares what they say? Your family knows all about us and they love me. Well, now that your dad's finally over his shock, I knew we were going to be okay last Easter when he actually looked me in the eye and smiled. I almost fainted.
Well, so did I. I never thought he'd accept who I am, much less any girl I brought home. It's absolutely incredible how much he has changed.
No argument here.
But this town and we have a history, and I'm not willing to get hurt all over again. So can we just get through this weekend? Please don't push me right now.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to fight either, especially when we only have 2 more weeks till you leave. Ugh, why does the tour have to be so long?
It's only 3 months
And 4 days.
and 4 days. We can do this.
I could come with you.
We could talk every night and you can visit, but this is something I need to do myself.
I know, and I'm so excited for you. Okay, no more marriage talk, I promise,
I'm taking you at your word.
for now. So let's just try to enjoy the weekend at least a little bit. I'm glad I came with you.
Me too.
I finally get to see where you grew up. It's beautiful here. So peaceful.
That's one word for it.
Well, it was your idea to come back to Wickham.
It wasn't my idea, but I had to do it, Marty. Mrs. Morse was the best music teacher I ever had. She was the first person to believe in me and my music. When she heard they were dedicating the auditorium to her, she asked me to play the concert. And how could I refuse? And now she's gone. And I never had the opportunity to tell her how much she meant to me.
I'm sure she knew. And if she didn't, then she knows now.
If it hadn't been for her, I'd have no confidence whatsoever. I'd still be doing open mic nights in Harvard Square.
I don't believe a word of that. But Liza, everything is changing. You're going to be famous after the tour, and you can't keep us a secret forever.
Oh, come on, Marty. Famous?
Liza Cooper, you are opening for Dar Williams across the country. This is huge. You have your first major label album coming out. You are stepping into the spotlight. Sooner or later, probably sooner, our whole life will be public knowledge. We may as well be in control of our own story.
I guess you got a point, but can we just dial it down while we're here?
Let me ask you something. What worries you the most about being back in Wickham?
There are some people I'd rather not run into. And I know they're still living in town.
Like Charlie?
He doesn't live around here anymore, but yes, like Charlie.
Did he bully you or something?
No, he was my best friend since we were 5.
He was.
Yes, past tense. And the Morses are his grandparents, so we're bound to run into each other.
Just relax. Shelby said he's not coming.
She said she doubts it. That is not the same thing at all.
Don't go looking for trouble. Oh, good goddess, it's a real blizzard now. Look at the size of those flakes.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know why you wanted to come up on this trip. And in the middle of winter of all times. I mean, you must really love me.
Is there any doubt? Oh, wow. Eliza, that deck has a hot tub.
Hey, Marty. It's February.
So what? Don't you remember that time we were staying in the Berkshires and we went out on the hot tub barefoot in the snow?
Of course I remember that.
That was incredible. I love hot tubs, don't you?
I love hot tubs with you in them.
They kiss.
Sorry that's so long. I could come back.
And
They
Shelby.
break apart.
Liza.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. Marty, I can't do this. Not here. Everyone will know, and then I'll just be like,
Liza. Liza. Look at me. I don't care. I'm happy for you guys.
Okay, but it's not you I'm worried about.
Oh, come on, Liza. There's no reason to worry about a little PDA.
Of course not. Look, if anyone gives you a hard time, you know I've got your back. So do your folks. But I think you're worrying for no reason. You should just rip off the Band-Aid, yeah?
That's what I've been telling her.
I mean, how long have you been together now?
3 years and 10 months, but who's counting?
So this is serious then.
Yeah, I love her. I do.
Remember that phrase.
Okay, well, you wanted to see the owner's suite. Should we start with the master bedroom?
Oh, goddess.
Come on, we're all adults here.
She was just joking, sweetie.
Listen to your girlfriend.
Yes, listen to me. I'm older and wiser.
Well, older anyway.
Hey.
You said it, not me.
Look, just a quick look around, then we'll get you to your folks, okay?
Yeah, very quick. All we need is to get stuck in a snowdrift or get stuck staying here overnight.
But that never happened, would it? I mean, you said your folks' house is just down the road.
Ugh, tourists. This is Vermont. Everything is just down the road. Okay. Now,
They walk toward the kitchen.
the main house was built just before the Civil War, but the kitchen was completely redone when this wing was added on about 20 years ago. There's also a cottage out back, which was renovated when the Morses bought the place.
As they exit to the kitchen, Abner enters from outside. He holds a single lily in a small vase. He carefully sets it on the dining table.
Damn cars blocking the driveway. I know I didn't book any rooms tonight.
Calls into the kitchen.
Hello? Who's here?
Crosses to the stairs and calls out again.
Hello?
Addresses the portrait.
And you wanted to run an inn. This is all your fault.
Abner, you're back.
Apparently. What are you doing here, Shelby?
Well, Liza's here. You wanted to work out the details, remember?
Damn it, that's right, it's Friday.
You said 3 o'clock, but they didn't make it up here till around 4.
They?
Everything
She
okay?
brought her boyfriend?
Ooh, not exactly.
I completely forgot this was the day she was coming. Had to pick up a few things in town.
We wanted to wait for you, but we were about to pack it in. It's getting thicker out there.
Sure is. Probably have 2 feet by midnight. So, where is she?
I was just giving them a quick tour, killing time. They're in the living quarters now.
I think you mean the owner's suite. Pretentious bullpucky.
You're selling a country inn, Abner. Learn the lingo.
That's your job.
Okay, Aunt Shelby. Thanks. Marty will be right out. We were just checking out the closets and
Closets. Great.
Mr. Morse, you're here.
Liza Cooper,
In the flesh.
welcome back. Thanks for coming up.
I wouldn't miss it. The inn looks great. Is her music room still around the back?
Just like she left it. I haven't been able to bring myself to.
All those afternoons I spent with her back there. I can almost hear her correcting my pitch.
She's everywhere.
She is. Well, you wanted to work out arrangements for tomorrow?
I did, but we'd best talk in the morning. You need to leave. The snow's still coming down thick. The plows can't get through. BTN says 100 is closed. Local roads won't be far behind.
Tell you what, Liza, hand me your keys and I'll get both our cars warmed up.
They're in my coat in the mudroom, the purple one.
Shelby gives her a thumbs up and exits to outside.
How are things going for you? Anything going on besides the concert tomorrow?
Yes, the music's going great. I have a new CD coming out in March, and I'm doing a short tour this spring, just an opening act, and then
Great. That's good.
and
good.
then we may be buying an inn.
I'd think long and hard before that. Seems your plate's pretty full as it is.
Well, it would be a joint effort. My partner would handle all the day-to-day stuff.
I see.
So, so why'd you decide to sell? I thought you loved this place. Is it because Mrs. Morse?
Oh, no. This was always the plan. I'd retire, we'd sell, and then Joan and I would do some traveling. But now, well, I'm not the type who'd enjoy running all over the globe by my lonesome.
But then what'll you do after it's sold?
Who knows? It could be a long time before I get any offers. And my own kids certainly have no interest. So, Liza.
So what?
So
buttons. I haven't heard that one in years. Mr. Morse, I'm
After all these years, you can call me Abner.
yeah, I don't know if I could get used to that.
Well, try. You're not 16 anymore.
Hey, Abner. I'm so sorry about Mrs. Morse. She always made the best cookies.
Yes. We considered putting that on her headstone, but it wouldn't fit.
No, that was I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Sometimes it's like that.
Jesus, it's really as quiet as death in here. Oh, hi.
Who are you?
Mr. Morse, Abner. I'd like you to meet my Marti.
Your
Partner. My partner, Marti, is my partner.
Short for Martha Kaplan.
It isn't short for anything. It's the same number of syllables.
Yes. Well, okay. Nickname. Martha makes me sound ancient.
One of my daughters-in-law is named Martha, and she's not ancient.
My great-grandmother was a Martha. I'm named for her. She'd be over 100. Nice to meet you, Abner.
Very well, Marty. And what sort of business are you two in?
I'm an investment banker. Well, I was. I'm taking a buyout next month. Why do you ask?
Well, Liza's got her music. You're in finance. You want to buy an inn, and you're already partners in what other sort of business?
Oh, Liza and I aren't partners in business, just in everything else.
Everything else?
That's right. Everything else.
Liza takes Marty's hand.
Oh, I see.
Is that a problem?
Of course not. It's just I didn't realize that is I wasn't expecting
A pair of dykes? Yup, that's us. Or should I say, Aya? I do want to fit in around here. Guess I should be wearing overalls too, maybe some plaid flannel. Then I guess I'd really look the part.
Marti.
Sorry, I went too far. Just taking my lead from Abner here.
Now, there's no need to get nasty, Miss Kaplan. I'm just a bit surprised, that's all.
Yeah, I have that effect on people.
Off stage, the front door bangs open. Shelby stumbles in.
Oh, sorry, the wind's kicking up. Liza, Marty, your car won't start. I tried everything.
You gotta be kidding me. My folks are expecting us in like half an hour.
Well, you're not getting down there tonight. I wouldn't try to drive that far in this mess.
Oh, damn, that's just great. Now what do we do?
Well, we could stay with you, can't we, Aunt Shelby? You live close by, right?
Yeah, but my place is kind of small. You mind a sofa bed?
That'd be fine.
Yeah, okay, and maybe Dad could then come with the ATV after it lets up.
If it lets up.
It's got to stop sometime.
Wait, I know. You could just spend the night here. Obviously, there's plenty of room.
What? Wait a minute.
That's a great idea.
What? It is?
I mean, I guess we haven't got much of a choice. Do you have a better idea?
I guess not.
I haven't gotten any rooms ready.
I'm sorry, but we'll pay you for your trouble.
So that's settled, yes? They'll spend the night?
Fine.
I better call my mom.
I'll go grab our bags.
Thanks. Could you grab Jessie too? Sub-zero temps are not good for her.
Of course.
Now, wait one cotton-picking minute. Who the hell is Jessie?
My favorite guitar.
Should we keep our coats in the mudroom?
Fine. Fine.
Back in a bit.
She
So,
exits to outside.
so where can I find the best signal?
Around here? Good luck.
Maybe at the kitchen?
Okay, I won't be long.
No problem.
Liza exits to the kitchen.
No problem? Easy for you to say. I just hope they don't expect me to sit around the fireplace and sing Kumbaya.
I wouldn't go that far.
Next time you want to invite people to stay at my inn, I'd appreciate it if you check with me first.
Well, how was I supposed to do that? Nobody expected a blizzard this weekend.
Maybe I'll just sleep in the cottage out back. I'm not in the mood for company, damn it.
Funny thing for an innkeeper to say.
I'm no innkeeper. That was Joan's thing, not mine. I'm a cranky old man.
Can't argue with that. If Joan was here, you wouldn't be so difficult.
If Joan were here, you wouldn't be. Probably she'd be putting out dinner right now.
Wait a minute. Today's the 18th, right? Tomorrow's your anniversary.
Yes, it is. It was. And I'm in no mood to see anyone playing house.
Playing? Hang on. You've got a problem with them being gay?
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, maybe this isn't about them at all. It's Charlie, isn't it? This is bringing all that up for you.
Drop it, Shelby. I don't want to talk about him.
Abner, you've got to come to terms with this. You can't put it off forever.
Don't you think I know that? Any other night, I could handle this, but tonight, I just want some peace and quiet.
I know, but maybe this is for the best. I believe things happen for a reason.
Oh, please don't get all philosophical on me. The only reason they have to stay here is because there's a blizzard out there and they can't go to where they belong, which is not here.
You know Joan wanted her here, and I thought you were looking forward to seeing her again.
Back in Wickham, sure, but just not staying here. Okay, Shelby. Okay. Yes, of course, I'm glad Liza's here. But seeing her reminds me of Joan too. I can't help that, damn it.
I know. I'm sorry this is so hard for you, but Liza needs to know that she's loved here, that she belongs, no matter what. So, while I get that this isn't the best timing, just please be nice.
On one condition. Don't bring him up.
Who?
You know damn well who.
He who must not be named?
Not amused. And he's got nothing to do with this.
All right, all right. But suppose, just suppose, they were to make an offer on the place.
If Liza makes an offer, I'll consider it. But she doesn't want to come back here. You know that as well as I do.
I know she said that. I also know that Wickham is in her bones, and that's not something you walk away from so easily.
I wouldn't be so sure. He did.
And now who's bringing him up? Charlie and Liza are very different.
Apparently not.
Abner, you know what I mean. And homosexuality is not a character flaw.
Never said it was.
Never said it wasn't either.
Is this day over yet?
Not hardly.
Liza returns from the kitchen just as Marti enters from outside, laden with bags and a guitar case.
Should I bring our stuff upstairs?
Sure, thanks, but no, I'll carry her.
Of
Thank
course
you.
you will.
I'll go get the room ready.
I'm gonna head out.
Are you sure? You're gonna drive in this?
Oh, of course not. I'll just walk.
What, are you kidding?
I'll be fine. It's just down the road.
We all know what that means in Vermont.
No, but this time it really is. It's 3 doors down, okay? I'll see you in the morning.
Thanks again, Aunt Shelby. It's so good to see you.
Good night. I'm so glad we finally met.
Oh, me too. Be safe.
Abner, oh, excuse me for a second.
Oh, is that Mom checking up on me? For cripe's sake, they still think I'm 12 years old.
Did you just say for cripe's sake?
I mean, you can take the girl out of Vermont, but you can't take the Vermont.
I get it.
My landlord. The power's out, so no heat either. Abner.
I'll get 2 rooms ready.
I'll see about scaring up some dinner. At least we can take that off Abner's plate.
Are you sure I could help?
No. You two had a long drive.
Well, okay.
Oh, thanks.
I hope this works out. Shelby's kitchen skills are, let's say, hit or miss.
She'll be fine. It was a long day.
Yep. So what do you want to do now?
I think I saw some board games over there.
Thrilling.
Well, how about you play a bit then? I love to hear what you've been working on.
Maybe later. So now Mr. Morse knows about us.
How are you feeling?
You had no right to blurt it out the way you did. Maybe I wasn't planning to tell him just yet.
Can we talk about this?
Not now. I don't want to say anything I'll regret.
Okay, so after the concert, are they giving you a key to the one-room schoolhouse?
Very funny. I did not go to a one-room schoolhouse.
They're gonna knock them dead. You'll see, and then everyone will beg you to move back.
Even if I ever wanted to do that, which will never happen.
Never say never.
There's no way we are leaving New York City to move to Wickham, Vermont.
Why not?
I thought we'd agreed on somewhere around Northampton where there's a music scene. Besides, don't you want to be closer to your mom?
Good God, no. Don't you want to be closer to your family? I mean, you guys actually like each other?
I want to be closer to civilization, Marty. You do know everything here closes at 5, right? Well, except for the bars. And there's no Thai delivery. There's probably not even a sushi place within 45 minutes of here, unless you count the prepared foods counter at the Price Chopper.
Food. You're seriously talking about food? We can evolve.
Ooh, like the early primates?
Okay. In that case, I wish we could pick up this house and move it down there, just like it is now, lock, stock, and gingerbread trim.
Not for me. For one thing, this place is huge and it is way too much for one person to handle. And I won't always be around.
I'm trying not to think about that part of it.
Anyway, I'm sure we'll find something great down there. Hey, what time is it?
Almost 6.
I would kill for a glass of wine before dinner. Habits are hard to break.
And there's my cue.
What? You didn't?
I just happen to have 2 bottles of our favorite rosé.
Is that so? Well, I just happen to know a great way to show my appreciation.
They kiss.
Okay, I have room 3 all set up.
Liza and Marty break apart.
Extra towels are in the hall closet. Shelby is in room 4, right next to you. Help yourself to anything in the kitchen. I'll be spending the night in the cottage out back. Have a good night.
Mr. Morse, Abner, wait. I think Shelby is making some dinner for all of us.
Tell her thanks, but I'm not hungry. See you in the morning.
He exits to the front door.
Goddess.
It's Marty, actually.
Ha ha.
We've got to stop being interrupted like that.
Yep.
Well, where were we? Now what?
Do you smell something burning?
Sorry, I've got to start over. This is going to take a while.
There's your answer.
I should probably go help. It's not like we can call out for pizza.
I'll tell you what, I'll help with dinner, go up to the room, settle in, practice, whatever you want.
But both of you in the kitchen? That sounds twice as dangerous. We may not want to buy this in, but we do not want to burn it down either.
You're funny. Well, then I'll stay down here and I don't know, read a bit.
Well, you could. Or, got another idea? Something a bit more interactive?
What'd you have in mind?
Oh, it's something we're really, really good at.
That's so.
And it might even help us work up an appetite.
She exits to the stairs.
Did I say read? What was I thinking? Wait for me!
She runs out after Liza. Lights fade. End scene 1. Act 1, scene 2. Later that night, around 11:30 p.m., the room is dimly lit. Outside it is pitch black, except for moonlight reflecting off the snow, which has stopped falling. At Rise, Liza is on the sofa, noodling around on her guitar.
Oh, well, no, that's not it. Maybe if
She
I
adjusts
just
the
see
string or two and plays the chord sequence again.
my friend, you are not sounding your best. You're gonna need a complete overhaul before we leave for the tour. There you are. All right.
She strums a chord.
Sarah, don't put me on. I've been watching you, and you cannot pull the tricks on me. You pulled on the others. You don't realize how others see your face. How I might catch a trace of what you thought you'd conceal. Neath those silent, wild imaginings you hold lies a child who cannot capture what she's got to get a handle on that chorus, Liza.
She sits down the guitar carefully and crosses to the window.
Well, would you look at that? It's an honest to goodness winter wonderland. Damn it, what am I even doing here? I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do, but if only I could turn off my brain just for an hour. Maybe then I could get some sleep. But nope, not happening. Not tonight. Not here. So I might as well get something accomplished.
Returns to the sofa.
Thinking the way you live will somehow slow time down, somehow bring about the things you truly desire. Freedom comes from within, not self-deceptive lies, not all the things you've said and done to be young again. Neath those silent, wild imaginings you hold lies a child who cannot capture what she's lost. I knew you once, I knew you very well. I knew you once, I knew you very well. Yes, nailed it. I wonder how that one will go over on tour.
The front door opens.
Jeez.
Charlie enters. Seeing Liza, he stops in his tracks.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey. No.
He approaches Liza.
Get back. Stay away from me.
Quiet.
What?
Ow. Damn it.
Who are you? What do you want?
You'll wake the whole damn house.
Charlie?
Liza?
Is that you?
You? I can't believe it. What are you doing
What are you doing here?
God. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't know anyone would be up. I'm frozen. Solid. It took me 7 hours to get here. It should have been 2. Lucky for me, Stewart's was still open when I hit Bennington because I was riding on fumes.
I didn't expect it. Does Mr. Morse, Abner, know you're coming? He didn't mention.
Not that I know of. What about you? Are you staying here? How come?
Well, we planned to go to my folks' house by dinner time, but the storm blew up fast and, well, we got stuck.
We?
Yeah, we came up this afternoon because, well, I guess you know why.
Pop didn't say a word.
Okay. So the thing is, I'm playing the dedication tomorrow night.
Really? Wow.
You don't need to sound that surprised.
I'm not. I just meant, I guess people around here have more taste than I give them credit for.
Well, actually, it was your grandmother's idea. She was so thrilled about it that somehow I got sucked in, and I never could say no to her.
You're not the only one. That woman was a force of nature.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I started to call or to write to say that the show was off. Something came up, but I couldn't break my word, let her down, and not when she'd done so much for me. And then she...
Yeah, it was kind of a shock to all of us.
And now she won't even get to see me play live.
Well, I'll get to see you. And for free, lucky me. From what I hear, it won't be long till your ticket prices will be out of reach for underpaid English teachers.
Is that what you're doing now? Following in Abner's footsteps? Wow.
You don't need to be that surprised, Liza Bean.
But don't you call me that. We're not kids anymore. And we're not friends anymore either.
Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. So who else is here?
Abner's staying in the cottage. The rest of us are upstairs. Shelby's power's out and our rental car wouldn't start.
There it is again. Our rental car. You're here with someone?
Why do you care?
Oh, Liza, after all this time, can you please just forgive and forget?
Yeah, well, you've got no idea what it was like for me that night. Pure hell.
It's been almost 10 years and you're still... Isn't there anything I can say to make things right?
I don't know. I should go to bed.
No, wait, please. I know it's late, but could we talk a little while longer? I just need a, and then I'll be right back. 5 more minutes, that's all I'm asking.
Okay. 5 minutes.
Thank you. Oh, that's great. Thank you, Liza. I'll be right back, I swear.
Well, here we go. Just what I didn't need. Damn you, Charlie. All those memories. Why does just seeing you again make me wish that... Yeah, no. If I don't get some rest tonight, I will never make it through one song, let alone 2 full sets. Damn it. Why can't I get this out of my head? What the hell is taking him so long? Play, Liza. Remember what Marty says. Just play your feelings away.
He returns to the sofa, picks up the guitar, and starts to play and sing.
Do you remember those days when we could laugh our troubles away? Yeah. Running on the beach, but oh so far away. Yeah. Running on the beach, playing with our friends. The smiles of our childhood seem like they never would end. Oh, those days. As we got older, the toys got put away, and other things slowly took their place, all grown up with minds of our own. But sometimes I long for the safety of home and those days.
Charlie enters holding 2 mugs.
I always loved that one.
Wait, so
Hot chocolate, double marshmallows.
you know my music?
She puts the guitar down and takes the mug.
You kidding? I bought both your demos. I saw your PBS interview and I pre-ordered your Rounder disc already. I couldn't wait till March. It's about time you got on a major label.
So you're a stalker.
I'm your biggest fan. Liza Cooper. You are one of the best songwriters of our generation.
Oh, come on.
No, listen, there's something you do. You just put so much into every note. It's brilliant. And your lyrics, oh, they have something to say about the world, something important. You don't even know.
Well, thanks. I hope you're right.
Believe me, I am. Just wait, Liza. You'll be huge. I just know it. I always have.
Oh, sure. There are hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be made in folk music.
You haven't lost your sense of humor.
I've been saving that one.
Liza, are you down here? Who the hell are you?
I could ask the same question.
Marty, this is Charlie Morse.
What? I thought he wasn't coming. What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, have we met?
Charlie, this is Marty, my girlfriend.
It gets easier, doesn't it?
You're...
Is that a genetic reaction or something?
Look, we were kind of in the middle of something. Weren't we, Liza?
Oh yeah, what's that?
We were just talking. That's all.
Yeah, but...
Since you're up, you want some hot chocolate?
Sure. Thanks, honey. No marshmallows, extra milk.
Liza gives her a thumbs up and exits to the kitchen.
What do I do now?
What are you talking about?
Never mind. Sorry if we woke you.
You didn't. I was already awake. I was listening to her new song.
Those days was on her first demo.
Oh, I mean, earlier she was working on something new. She doesn't usually let anyone hear her new stuff until she thinks it's ready, even me. I went back to the room after she finished playing it.
That was tactful of you.
That was self-preserving of me.
I hear you. She's usually pretty easygoing, but when it comes to her music, oof, look out. At least that's how she was. I guess I don't know her anymore.
You know, she was pretty worried she'd run into you, but Shelby said you weren't coming.
I gathered that. Hey, do you think we woke Shelby up?
I doubt it. I could hear her snoring through the wall. Apparently she sleeps like the dead. Ooh, sorry, poor word choice. I'm sorry about your grandmother. I wish I could have met her.
Thanks.
Gotta say, Liza's never said much about when she was a kid, not till we got up here today.
Really?
She told me you two were best friends.
From kindergarten all through high school.
So what happened?
That doesn't concern you.
Of course it does.
Okay, then why don't you ask her?
I did. She shut me down.
Then she's got her reasons, and I'm not going to go around her.
All right. Well, I know Liza dated guys in high school.
Yeah, she wasn't out then.
I know that much. She was seeing a man when we met.
Huh. When was that?
Almost 4 years ago.
Really? So even through college, she... Wow.
So tell me this. Did you two ever...
What? Are you kidding me? Liza, like a sister to me. No, closer. You can't really think that...
Anything's possible. It's a fair question, Charlie.
You know what, Marty? Your gaydar needs an overhaul. I don't play for that team.
Liza enters with a mug.
Here you go, sweetie.
Oh, thank you. Just right.
Okay, Goldilocks. I'm going to bring Jesse up to the room.
You still name your guitars?
Doesn't everyone?
So where were we?
You're gay.
Yep. My turn to ask a question.
What are we in grade school? Okay, fine.
How long have you two been together?
Since the night we met.
That long? You said almost 4 years ago.
I was in grad school. Some friends dragged me out to one of those coffee houses in Cambridge. You know, musty basement, cheap beer. No idea how the hell we ended up there. The music was, and we were about to leave when Liza came up on stage, and her first song was absolutely hilarious. And then the next one she played had me bawling my eyes out, and I never do that. I couldn't take my eyes off of her. I stayed after her set to talk to her. We had a drink, and that was it. We both just Ew.
And what did the good Reverend Cooper have to say about all this?
Not gonna lie, it was an uphill battle, but it's all good now.
Wow. Talk about miracles. Well, that's great. If she's happy, I'm happy.
You don't need to say it like that.
Like what?
If she's happy. What do you mean if? Of course we're happy.
Okay, she seems kind of stressed out. Antsy, I guess I'd say.
What makes you think you know how she's feeling? You said yourself you don't even know her anymore.
I think Shelby snoring is going to keep us awake the whole night. I never knew that what's going on?
Nothing.
When people stop talking the minute someone comes into a room, it's definitely not nothing. What are you two talking about?
We were just getting acquainted.
What she said.
Why don't I believe you? You've got no right to bring her into this. What's between us is private. But you don't know how to do private, do you? And I don't appreciate you talking behind my back.
Would you please calm
But
down?
Liza, I wasn't.
I asked you not to push me this weekend. I think I'm just going to sleep on the couch.
Honey, please don't be mad. I know. I don't know.
I know.
Sorry.
I just need some space.
Liza, don't you think you're overreacting?
Don't tell me what I'm doing. In fact, just don't talk to me. Clearly, I made a mistake trying to be civil to you. I'm going to get my stuff.
She stalks to the stairs and exits. Upstairs, we hear a door slam shut.
So that went well.
I wish I knew what's making her so upset.
She wasn't exactly thrilled with you, but I guess that seeing me pushed it over the edge.
Obviously, but why? If you were so close back then, what could you possibly have done to make her act that way?
What makes you think I'm the one who did something to her?
Because Liza would never hurt anybody. Why did you come up here anyway?
I wanted to be at the dedication. It is for my grandmother, after all.
Did you know Liza would be here?
I plead the fifth on that.
Oh, no, you don't. Not after what just happened. You owe me the truth.
Fine. Yes, I knew she'd be singing tomorrow night.
So you weren't straight with her then? Damn it, you know what I meant.
Clearly she hasn't been straight with you either.
Would you stop?
Okay, look. What I told her was that Pop, Abner, never said a word about it. And that was the truth because we are not on speaking terms.
Oh, what in God's name is all this shouting about?
Hey, Shelby.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm getting tired of answering that question.
I thought you weren't coming.
A guy can change his mind.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. You look like shit.
Oh, gee, thanks. I love you too.
Of course you do. I'm very lovable. Be one. So, judging by that slamming door, I assume Liza's having a rough time. Is it okay down here?
Not in the least.
Trouble in paradise. She said she's coming back down to sleep on the couch.
Thanks to you.
I was only trying to talk to her.
Clearly, she doesn't want to talk to you. Maybe you should respect her wishes.
Actually, we were talking, but then, of course, you had to go and interrupt.
Okay, everyone back in their corner. Charlie, take a breather. Marty, why don't you go see if you can talk her down off the ledge?
Do you think it's a good idea?
Who knows? It's worth a try, isn't it?
Okay, thanks. Wish me luck.
Oh, the luck.
damn it.
Marti exits to the stairs.
So what happened?
She didn't blow me off, but she shut me down when that came up. I was hoping she'd have worked through some of this by now.
I really think you two need to talk. Did you ever try to contact her? I mean, I know you sent a few letters to her folks' house, but you must have known she wasn't here.
I was desperate. What happened to those letters?
Liza told her folks to burn them.
I've tried everything, Shelby. Letters, calls, texts, emails, you name it. I even sent her birthday cards. I got crickets. Then she left Boston for, I had no idea where, and she changed her number. I didn't know she was in New York until I saw that cover story last year in Sing Out, you know? So I knew she had an agent. I tried to contact her 5 times since then.
Wow.
I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Is she ever going to forgive me, Shelby?
Oh, I can't answer that. But I think you made the right choice to come up this weekend.
God, I hope so. If this doesn't work, How much has she told you about that night?
Pretty sure I know all of it. I was the one she ran to after the party. She was absolutely devastated. And she was terrified that her parents would hear about it and kick her out. Can you imagine what that must have been like for her?
I swear, Shelby, I never meant to. If I could go back and change things, I would, in a heartbeat.
Listen, Charlie, if you want any hope of getting through to her, you're going to need to know just what you want to say and how you'll say it. You won't get another chance like this. I can promise you that.
You know, Liza knew I was gay as soon as I did. I came out to her when we were in middle school. Right away, she told me that she had a crush on another girl in our grade. I was never sure if it was true or if she was just trying to make me feel better. Did she ever tell you she felt that way? Wow. Not even you.
I think she was afraid that if she came out to anyone in the family, even me, it could get back to her father. But she trusted you more than anyone.
I know. I never told anyone. I would never do that to her. She never told anyone about me either.
I know your folks. Your mom used to babysit me, for Christ's sake. They'd have been fine with it.
Yeah, but the kids at school were another story. I saw how they treated anyone who they even thought might have been gay. I wasn't about to be the poster child for out and proud, Shelby. I didn't want to deal with any of that crap. Lucky for me, I didn't have to.
What was it like for Liza in high school?
She was friends with some of the other kids in the chorus, the theater kids, you know, but she was funny, talented. Starting in sophomore year, she was going out with guys, mostly my lacrosse teammates. There's never anything serious, though. I don't think she went too far with anyone. The guys used to joke about her being an ice queen.
To her face?
I'm not sure. Maybe sometimes.
Did you say anything to them?
She wouldn't have wanted me to get involved. She wanted to keep a low profile, just like me. I did bring it up with her a few times. She didn't even want to discuss it. You know as well as I do, you can't force her into anything. That girl has an iron will.
Okay, so then she had an active social life. So you both just played it straight?
At school we did, yeah. Once I got my license, I used to go down to Bennington to hang out.
Why down there?
Cute college guys. Who weren't afraid to be themselves. It was encouraging. It made me feel free. I wanted that for Liza too. I didn't want her to shut herself off from her feelings just because she couldn't or wouldn't act on them. I tried to make her see that if it wasn't always going to be so hard. But she wasn't being honest with herself. I tried, Shelby. I really did.
So how did you end up going to the prom together?
She wasn't seeing anyone at the time, so she asked me. It wasn't really my thing, but it was important to her, and I could never say no to her. So there we were. We hung out with some of my teammates and their dates, and after the dance, we went to the woods. We played some drinking games. We got high. Then one of the guys started coming on to Liza. We tried to convince him we were together, but he didn't believe us. He was always an asshole. He just wouldn't let up. And then all of a sudden, she started kissing me. It shocked the hell out of me. I was so confused, and I didn't know what to do. I acted on instinct.
You don't have to tell me anything you don't want to.
I know. I never saw Liza again. She refused to see me or come to the phone, and she skipped graduation.
Oh, that's right, she did.
Before she ran away that night, she told me that she'd never forgive me. I never understood what I did to make her say that. I always hoped that she would change her mind, but she never has. Maybe she never will.
She couldn't get out of here fast enough. She arranged to start her campus job early, and she left for Boston 3 days later.
And she's never been back to Wickham. Not even to visit you guys.
Her parents always go to them, or they stay with her brother and his family. They're in Maine, and the girls meet up with them there. Aside from Danny's wedding and a couple of restaurant Thanksgivings, I haven't seen Liza myself. I never even met Marti before today.
What do you think of her? Marti, I mean.
I think she's exactly what Liza needs.
I'm glad to hear it.
Well, I only hope Liza realizes that. Sometimes she retreats into herself, and it's hard to get through to her. She pushes people away.
It's not the Liza I knew.
I would guess, no, I'm sure that it's been very hard for her to trust anyone after that night.
Every time I think about it, I miss her so much. I miss my best friend.
And I think she feels the same way. Everyone makes mistakes. I can tell that night was very hard for you too. Look, I can't promise anything, but I'll do my best to get her to talk it out with you.
That's all I'm asking. A chance. Getting her friendship would be the best thing ever. But I at least want to understand what happened.
Can you stay till Sunday? Let her get through her concert first. That's going to be tough for her.
I can stay all week if need be. It's winter break. I've got stuff to work out with Pop, too.
Huh, I know. You're going to have an eventful weekend. Oh, good God, it's midnight. We'd better get some sleep.
Absolutely. I guess Marti talked Liza into sleeping up there. I mean, it's a hell of a lot more comfortable. I'm going to clean up a bit, and then I'll grab a room myself.
Sounds like a plan. Good night, Charlie.
Good night, Shelby. Thanks.
Shelby exits to the stairs. Charlie gathers up the mugs and exits to the kitchen. Abner enters from the front door wrapped in a coat. He takes the lily from the table, crosses to the fireplace, and places it carefully on the mantel directly under the portrait.
Happy anniversary, my love. I brought your favorite flower. Oh, Joan, I wish you were here. Liza's here. She kept her word and came just for you. The thing is, apparently, she's like Charlie. She's gay. Did she ever tell you that? Did you know? You were able to accept Charlie, so I'm sure you would have done the same thing for her, but it's just not that easy for me. Damn it. I can tell I'm making her feel uncomfortable. I just don't know how to. Can you help me understand? Oh, Joan, nothing is the same without you.
Pop, is that you? I thought you were.
Charlie? Damn it! You almost gave me a heart attack. What the hell are you doing here?
Lights fade. End Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Time, Saturday, late morning. At Rise, Abner and Marti are seated at the dining table.
So I managed to get the car started. Of course, the driveway's completely blocked.
Plows haven't made it up there yet. They're busy down the road, I guess.
Will everything be okay for tonight?
Should be fine. It's early yet. Where's Liza?
She was still asleep when I left the room. I think she needs it.
Don't we all?
I hope we haven't been too much trouble.
No.
How did you choose to name this place the Wayfarer Inn? It's not a word you hear very often. Shelby thought it was something about you and your wife loving to travel?
She's on the right track. Well, when I was a young man, I couldn't wait to leave Wickham. I thought if I could go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, it would be the best life I could have. Never intended to come back.
So what changed your mind?
I had to come home to help my father when he got hurt in his shop. I was determined to leave again as soon as I could.
What kind of shop did he have?
A wood shop. He was a carpenter. Built furniture mostly, but he also built a house in town.
A house? He built?
Yes, the house I grew up in, as a matter of fact. I still own it, and I'll live there once I've sold the inn.
So you own half the real estate in Wickham. Sorry, bad joke.
Miss Kaplan, I was born and raised in Wickham, as were my parents and grandparents on both sides. I may have left, but I came back, and I'd appreciate it if you'd stop mocking this town.
Look, I'm sorry. I know I can be abrasive. Clearly, we got off on the wrong foot. Please go on. You were helping your father after he got hurt.
A friend of mine introduced me to Joan. As soon as I met her, I felt I'd never met anyone like her before. I know people say that, but it's really true. She was smart, funny, sang like an angel. We got married after 3 months, and I never regretted a day of it. Later, when we bought this place, she wanted to name it the Wayfarer because she liked to tease me about how restless I'd been. She'd say, I was just rolling all over the world until I met her and found my solid ground. And she wasn't wrong. Wickham wasn't my home. She was.
Well, thank you for telling me. That's a beautiful story.
Yes, well, it's my story anyway.
And this is a beautiful inn, Abner. From top to bottom, your wife had impeccable taste. She collected antiques, I take it?
Of course she did. She married me, didn't she?
Abner, did you just make a joke?
Don't get used to it. To answer that question, most of the stuff in the house was handed down through our families, but she bought a few things here and there.
Like this table, I guess. The detail is wonderful. Do you know where it came from?
From the basement, 35 years ago today.
The basement. You found it down there?
I wanted to give her something that could stand up to 5 kids in a house full of guests. None of that prefab junk, nothing that falls apart if you breathe on it too hard. I couldn't quite find what I was looking for, so I made it instead.
That's incredible. You made this?
The hardest part was keeping it a surprise. Had to bribe all the kids to swear them to secrecy. 3 months. I worked on it nights, weekends, anytime I could grab a few minutes. I managed to finish it the day before our 17th. Furniture is the traditional gift.
I never even knew that. Wait, so today is your anniversary?
Would have been 52 years.
Oh, Abner, the first one since. I'm so sorry.
Worked that out, did you?
And is that why there's a flower under the portrait now? I don't remember seeing it last night.
You missed your calling. You should have been a detective. Every year on our anniversary, I gave Joan one lily, the best one in the shop. I bought one in town yesterday, and I didn't even realize I'd done it until I got halfway home. Sentimental nonsense.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I hope Liza and I get to have all those years together like you did.
What did you say?
I said, I hope Liza and I get...
I heard you all right. You're comparing my 50-year marriage to your...
Our what? Love is love. The rest is just details.
Details?
Yes, details. Listen, I can tell that you are deeply in love with your wife. You always will be. And that's how I feel about Liza.
I don't understand.
I don't give a damn if you understand it. It's our life, mine and hers, not yours.
I just never pictured Liza as a
dyke?
Must you use that word? It's so crude.
Excuse me for offending your delicate sensibilities. Let me ask you something. When did you realize you were straight, that you were attracted to women?
I don't understand. There wasn't any point where I realized it. It just was.
Same for me. It's not like some bolt of lightning came out of the sky. It just was. I always knew.
Maybe you did, but when I knew Liza, she was normal.
Be careful.
I mean, we always thought that she and Charlie one day would...
Boy, you were barking up the wrong trees. I think your gaydar needs an overhaul.
So now you're mocking me.
I'm not. Abner, Liza Cooper is the love of my life. I would literally walk through fire for that woman. For some reason, this is hard for you to grasp, but Liza and I get each other. We're meant to be together. Emotionally, mentally, and yes, physically, we just fit.
I don't know what to say to that.
You don't have to say anything. We'll be out of your hair in an hour. And after the concert tonight, you need never to see her again, or me. I think we've said enough. I know you have.
Miss Kaplan, Marty, I care about Liza too, you know. I don't want to leave things like this.
Then you need to think about what we discussed. What now, a little small talk?
I don't believe in small talk.
Truer words have never been spoken. Morning, Pop. Marty.
Charlie. Excuse me, I've got to get Liza moving. We're having lunch with her folks in Shelby.
Marty crosses to the stairs, takes a quick look at the lily under the portrait, and gives Joan a mock salute before exiting. Meanwhile, Charlie pours himself coffee and silently refills Abner's cup and sits opposite him.
Thanks.
Sure. How's the rest of your night? Get any sleep?
Since you're here, you might as well help me set up stuff at the high school today.
Okay, no problem, Pop. Oh, yeah. Happy anniversary, by the way. I mean, sorry. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say. She should be here. We would be having celebration and our anniversary and the dedication, and it would have been right. Nothing's ever going to be right again.
I miss her too, Pop. So much. There's nobody like her. There never will be. Not for me.
Is that so? If she was so important to you, why didn't you come up more often? She loved when you came up to visit. You should have been here for her birthday party.
Believe me, I'm sorry I missed it. But there's only so much I could take, Pop. You gotta admit, you weren't exactly rolling out the welcome wagon.
I can't help how I feel.
And I can't let your feelings run my life. How was I supposed to know she'd be gone by Thanksgiving? You don't have a monopoly on pain, you know?
It's not the same. I don't want to discuss this anymore.
You brought it up.
And now I'm shutting it down.
You've always got to have the last word, don't you? Okay, Pop, okay. Change of subject. What were you and Marty talking about?
Well, apparently she thinks her relationship with Liza is the same as my marriage to Joan.
Of course she does. Clearly they're committed to each other. I could tell after meeting her once.
That's ridiculous. Maybe you can explain this to me, since you're...
You can't even say the word? Okay. Maybe I can explain it to you because I'm queer too. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's better than the word she was using.
Who the hell cares what you call it, Pop? If she makes Liza happy, then live and let live, yeah?
But Liza was never like that, was she?
Let's put it this way. I think the feelings were there, even if she didn't act on them back then. It's a hard thing to admit to yourself, let alone to anyone else. I mean, I didn't really have to worry about my folks' reaction the way that she did. And I still didn't come out to you and Nana until I was almost through college.
I suppose you felt like you couldn't trust us. Your grandmother was very upset about that.
Yeah, she told me. Later on. We had some good long talks when she came down after I built my house, remember? I told her then how sorry I was that I hurt her. She and I worked it all out.
She was very proud of you.
I know she was. What about you? It's been 6 years. How long is it going to take you to accept me? We don't have forever. You and I haven't been the same since I told you I was gay.
What do you mean? I don't treat you any differently than the rest of my grandchildren.
I call bullshit on that one. I looked up to you as long as I can remember. You don't think I could tell when you disapprove of me?
I don't disapprove of you, Charlie. I don't understand why you choose to live like this.
Why I choose to live like what exactly?
Why you choose to live in a way that makes everything harder.
Hopefully.
I'm not making jokes. This conversation is
No,
over.
no, wait. I'll stop. I promise. Please sit.
Charlie, I'm an old man. What do you want from me?
Just hear me out. And please don't interrupt. I need you to understand something. Being gay isn't a choice. It's who I am. I always have been and I always will be. But it's not all there is to me. I'm still the same person I always was. You know me, Pop. I love to cook, which is pain in me, but it's also something that I am immensely proud of. And I still love my family. Even you. No, especially you. But you're also the part of my life that has gotten harder. And that's a choice that you're making. You. Not me.
Charlie, are you done?
Not yet. I'm just collecting my thoughts. Now, as far as Liza goes, it's different for her. She did date guys in high school, like you said. And I think it's because back then she had a really hard time accepting that she was attracted to girls. But you can't assume that that makes her any less gay than I am. Who knows? She might be gay or she might have just fallen in love with Marty. But none of that matters. It's not a black and white situation. There's all kinds of relationships. Trying to put labels on it only makes things more confusing. I don't know if you understand how it feels for me, for us. When you met Nana, did you ever feel like you had to hide your feelings?
Of course not.
Then you're damn lucky. I don't have that luxury. Living in a small town, I mean, it's not as if I go around wearing a sign, and Housatonic is pretty accepting, but it would be a hell of a lot harder to live in denial like Liza did, or to try to hide it like I had to do for 18 years. You're right. Sometimes it's not easy, but who I love is who I love. And it's the same for Liza. I think I'm done now. Any questions?
I remember you brought that boy up with you one summer. Were you two? Who? I forget his name. Evan, Eddie, something like that.
Oh, Ethan. Ethan. God, I haven't thought about him in years. To answer your question, yeah, we were. Past tense.
So you don't see him anymore.
that was barely a blip on the radar. And before you ask, I am not seriously involved with anyone, at least not right now. Who knows how I'll feel down the road.
So you're playing the field.
You could say that.
There you go.
So let me get this straight. You don't approve of Liza and Marty because they're committed to each other, and you don't approve of me because I sleep around. That makes no sense.
I'm afraid for you.
I
can't help it.
I don't want to scare you, Pop. I'm telling you that I'm healthy, I'm happy, and I'm safe. I promise.
Well, good. That's good. I'm sorry, Charlie. I just can't absorb any more right now. I'm glad you came up. It wouldn't have been the same without you. And I promise you, this conversation is not over.
I'll take it.
We'd better get moving. There's a lot to do in town, and we still need to dig out our cars.
And Liza's car.
Liza and Marty's car.
That's right. Liza and Marty's car. I'll do it, Pop.
Thank you. Morning, Liza.
Morning, Abner. Charlie.
Oh, look, it's Sleeping Beauty. Ooh, the girl's got bites.
Coffee.
Over there.
Thank God. So, I just got off the phone with Mom.
How are your folks?
Seems Danny, his wife, and all 3 kids came down to hear me play tonight. My folks' house is packed to the gills.
And
it looks like we need a place again to stay tonight. I'm really sorry about this.
It's fine, isn't it, Pop?
Sure. Of course.
Thank you so much. I didn't know they were coming. I swear they wanted to surprise me.
And they succeeded. Charlie and I are heading into town to take care of a few details. See you in town. Be at the high school at 4 to go over the schedule.
Sure.
Guess I'll go start clearing the driveway.
Really? Well, that's good of you. I can help in a few minutes.
No, don't worry about it. I've got this.
Charlie, thanks.
Oh, hey, Shelby.
Morning, sunshine. What's the good word?
Pop and I are heading out in a few minutes.
You called a truce?
We're making headway. I think, anyway.
Glad to hear it.
Gotta do some shoveling. I'll catch you later.
Sure. The plows are out front now. That should help.
Harley gives her a thumbs up and exits. Shelby joins Liza at the table.
Morning, Aunt Shelby.
Hi, sweetie. How are you feeling today?
Oh, like an entire kaleidoscope of butterflies just hatched in my stomach.
I think you mean a swarm of butterflies?
They're both correct. Google it.
I'll take your word for it.
There's still coffee.
Oh, nope, I'm hopped up enough, thanks. I already had 2 cups at my place.
Great, so the power's back on?
Guess again. I used the gas range.
Oh.
Cold in there yet. The cats will be fine, especially since they're fed now, but...
How many do you have now?
5?
Be careful. You're turning into a crazy cat lady.
And you're turning into a hippie freak. Speaking of hippies, what's with that necklace you're wearing? I noticed it last night. It's cool.
Thanks. I made it myself.
What is that? A guitar pick?
Yeah, a very specific guitar pick. It's the one I was using the night Marty and I met.
Really? How can you even remember that?
How could I forget? I mean, I knew it was a special night and I knew she was something special, like right away. And I wanted to remember every detail. I was playing Jessie for the first time on stage, and I was using this pick the first time I saw Marty.
Oh, that's a beautiful story.
I never take it off. I am convinced it brings me luck.
If you think it does, then it does. Oh, I've missed you, Liza. I'm so glad you came up.
You know what? Me too. I just wish I could get to Mom and Dad's.
Once we get to lunch, you'll have the whole afternoon together.
Yep. Oh, wait. But if you've still got no power, I guess you need to stay here again too?
2?
Marty and I can't stay at Mom and Dad's since Danny brought down the entourage. There's no room at the inn, so to speak.
Oh, that's right. I didn't think about that part of it. Well, lucky for us, there's plenty of room at this inn. But I'll have to break it to Abner gently about me crashing the party.
Some party.
You'll feel much calmer when the concert's over.
I'll feel much calmer tomorrow when we're in the car headed back to New York.
Yeah, about that. Liza, I had to talk with Charlie after you stormed up last night.
I'm sorry I woke you.
What was going on?
When Charlie got here, he just about begged me to stay and talk a little. I said okay, but then Marty came down, and as soon as I left the room, they were talking behind my back. I don't want her to know anything about what happened between Charlie and me.
You don't have to tell her, but Liza, you really should talk to him. For your own sake, not his.
So you're on his side now too? That's just great.
There's no sides here, honey. But considering he came all the way up here just to see you.
What? He said he didn't know I'd be here. No, actually, he said Abner hadn't said a word to him. So how did he hear about it?
I imagine Joan must have told him after you agreed to play the show. She was thrilled beyond belief, but not just because of the dedication, but because she was so proud of you. We all are.
Thank you.
Anyway, the funeral, Abner sent Charlie an invitation for Joan's sake. Charlie never responded, so we just figured he wasn't coming. But then again, Abner and Charlie have barely spoken in years.
What? Really? But they were so close. Why not?
I'm not the person to answer that question.
Oh, fair enough.
Liza, Charlie's been trying to reach you forever. You must know that.
Yeah, and he doesn't know when to quit. Some things never change.
Well, would you please just sit down with him sometime before you leave?
Okay, fine. Then maybe we can close the door on this for real.
I think it would be good for you.
You know I won't be coming back to Wickham again, right?
Time will tell.
All set for lunch?
Yep. Everyone's meeting up at the diner.
I can't wait to see the kids again. I bet they got huge since Thanksgiving.
I gotta get my boots on. Where are we eating?
Well, when it was just your mom and dad, we were planning on the Maple Leaf. But since we've got the Rugrats now, we're going to Betsy's.
Oh my God. You know, when I was a kid, I would have killed for one of their cinnamon buns. You are gonna love this place.
Ah, so it's not a restaurant wasteland here after all. Good to know.
Let's get our coats.
They exit towards the front door as lights fade. End scene 1. Act 2, interval between scene 1 and scene 2. Note, this interval consists of a brief portion of the third and final encore from Liza's concert at the newly renamed Joan Evans Morse Auditorium in Wickham High School, Wickham, Vermont.
There's no beginning. There is no end. There is no right or wrong, just you and your life. Every day's a journey. Every day's a chance. Every day there's one more way. Every day's a journey. Every day's a chance. Every day there's one more way to travel your own
Lights fade. End interval. Act 2, scene 2. Time around 11:30 Saturday night. At Rise, as cheering ends, Shelby enters from outside carrying a huge gift bag. Next is Marti, holding 2 large bouquets of flowers. Liza is last with her guitar case.
Well, 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 my niece brought down the house.
Of course she did, as usual. I'm so proud of you. Liza, we
Oh
can't
my
hear
gosh, it
you.
was so much fun being in that auditorium again. So many memories.
I'm just going to put these in some water and I'll be right back.
She exits to the kitchen.
Oh, how does it feel to be the star of the evening?
Oh my God, it was incredible. And everyone was so warm and welcoming. I can't believe how much this town has changed.
Oh, people change every day. Your dad's a prime example of that.
I know, sure, but he's gotten to know Marti and he loves me, and it still took him years to come around. But tonight, nobody raised an eyebrow when Marti kissed me at the reception.
Of course not. And so what if they had? Why are you so worried about what people think of you? It's your life, honey. Go and live it.
Abner and Charlie enter from outside.
Somehow I have forgotten just how bitter that wind can be.
Southerner.
Last I checked, Massachusetts was still part of New England.
Nominally. So, Charlie, what'd you think of our girl?
And Shelby, please.
It was... You're fantastic.
You know, I don't even know what to say. I never expected. I can't believe that audience. I mean, 3 encores?
Why not? You're amazing, honey.
Yeah, Liza, you better get used to those standing ovations.
He begins to pace around the room.
Abner, what'd you think?
I never expected. I didn't realize Joan would have loved every minute of this evening.
It means a lot to hear you say that.
I appreciate your being here, Liza. This was a special night. Thank you.
You know what? I wouldn't have missed it.
All set. So what are we talking about?
Oh, Liza was saying how things have changed around here.
How's that?
Well, for one thing, people I grew up with are practically running this town now. It's crazy. I feel old.
Oh, please. Wait until you're my age to say that.
Or at least Marty's age.
Ouch.
Ah, sorry, honey.
They hug for a long time.
Yes, well, I'm going to bed. You all can stay up as long as you like. It won't disturb me.
Are you sure we could have one more too?
We had enough of that at the reception, thank you. Or at least I did. Good night.
Abner exits to the kitchen.
Oh, Liza, you're the hometown celebrity. I told you everyone loves you here.
You know, I'm actually starting to believe you. Wickham feels like a whole different town than how I remember it. It's like nothing happened back then. It doesn't matter at all.
Because it doesn't, or it doesn't have to. You've come a long way since then.
Charlie, still pacing, nearly bumps into Marti.
Would you watch out?
What's eating you?
Don't you two start up again, please.
Well, Miss Cooper, your old aunt's gonna hit the hay.
Oh, please, Aunt Shelby, you're only 12 years older than me.
I'm only 2 years older than you, and you never let me hear the end of it.
That's different. You're mine. I can say what I want.
You two are adorable.
Now there's an adjective people don't often use to describe me.
See you in the morning.
Shelby hugs Marti and Charlie.
Good night, Liza Jane. Good night, Martha Lee. Good night, Charlie boy.
Well,
no slamming doors tonight, promise.
Shelby.
They'll be fine. Now behave, all of you.
so are you ready to head up to bed? We've still got one more bottle of wine up there.
You know, I'll be up soon. Charlie and I need a few minutes.
What for?
Just between us. Okay, Marti? Please?
You're sure you'll be okay?
What exactly are you worried about?
I'm worried that you're going to get her all upset. We just had a wonderful evening and we don't need this. How about if you just leave her alone?
Marti, I can take care of myself. It's nothing to worry about. Just give us a little time.
Okay. I'll be right upstairs if you need me.
Oh, and honey, no eavesdropping this time.
You knew about that?
I always know.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
So, now can we talk?
Okay. Here goes. First of all, I know you have been trying again and again to reach me. What is so all-fired important that you can't take a hint? What do you want from me, Charlie?
I thought if we could just see each other, I could finally make amends for Whatever it is, I did. I never thought you'd stay mad at me for so long. Ever since that night, I've been trying to understand why you cut me out of your life.
You really have no idea what upset me. What do you remember from that night?
I remember I was so confused. I never understood why you kissed me in the first place. Did it mean something to you? Did you have feelings for me back then?
Ew, Charlie. Of course not. I got over that when we were 10.
What are you talking about?
Remember that stupid birthday party when everyone wanted to play spin the bottle? It was your turn and it landed on me.
Oh my God, yeah. You remember everything, huh?
I remember all the important things.
Okay, so then why did you kiss me on prom night?
Because your friend was hitting on me and I couldn't get him to stop. I was trying to get him off my case, so I thought if I kissed you, he would leave us alone, but you had to go and mess that up.
I was trying to protect you.
Oh, really? How? By outing me in front of our friends.
What are you talking about? I didn't. I would never.
After I kissed you, you pushed me away. You looked like you were gonna be sick. And then you said that I shouldn't go against what I really wanted, that I didn't have to kiss you or any boy if
It was really girls you were interested in.
Exactly. And everyone heard you. And you must have known they would.
I wasn't even thinking about them. Just about you.
You know, I trusted you, Charlie. Never in a million years did I expect you to betray me like that. You want to know what I think? I think when I kissed you, it disgusted you.
No, it didn't.
And then you were so afraid that everyone would know you were gay because you didn't want to kiss me. So you said what you said to take the heat off of you.
No. Well, okay. Yeah, I was scared. But not just for me. I was scared for both of us.
But mostly for yourself. You always said if the guys found out, they'd make your life a living hell. Same for me. But when push came to shove, you took that choice away from me.
Liza, please listen. I would never have done that to you. I was just trying to tell you that it was okay, that you could accept yourself. I was trying to help.
Yeah, well, you couldn't have picked a worse way or a worse time.
I can see that now. You said you'd never forgive me. Do you really mean that?
I did.
I didn't want to believe it. Then you ran away.
Of course I did. Everyone was taunting me, calling me names. I was humiliated and terrified. And you didn't say a word. You just stood there. You let them do it. And you expect me to believe that you didn't know how it affected me.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I've been trying to tell you for 10 years, but you've never given me the chance.
Look, I always thought, what happened
I
after I
tried
left?
to follow you. By the time I got out of the woods, you were gone. I had no idea where. I wasn't about to go pounding on your door.
Well, good thing you didn't. I was at Shelby's place.
She told me yesterday.
Right. So she's been talking behind my back too?
Liza, please, you're not being fair.
I'm not being fair.
How much did you tell Shelby about what happened that night?
Oh, I told her all about what happened. At least what happened to me, but I never talked about it with anyone else. Then this morning, Shelby said she thought it would be good for me if you and I talked. But now I have a feeling she has been masterminding this whole thing.
No, she didn't know I was coming. Actually, I wasn't going to. At the last minute, I decided it was important for me to be here.
Because I was playing?
It's not all about you, Liza. I wanted to be here for my family. You're important to me. You always have been, but they're important too.
I know, but you should have been upfront with me that you knew about my concert.
I thought you'd keep avoiding me if you knew that I do.
I would have, but at least you would have been honest with me.
You're right. I should have been. And you're right about prom night too. You must have felt so exposed. I realize now how much I must have hurt you.
Hurt me? Charlie, you made me feel like I couldn't trust you. Or anyone. That I couldn't even trust myself. You ruined that for me.
Oh, Liza, I'm so sorry. That is the last thing I wanted to do.
I know. But here's the thing. You can't make my choices for me. You are not in control of me. You never were. Nobody is. I need to work this out for myself. I don't need you to tell me how to live my life. I don't need you to protect me. I just need you to be my friend.
That's what I want to. Liza, you said this town's changed. I've changed too. I'm not a scared kid anymore.
That makes two of us.
I can see that. I know you'll have a hard time believing this, but if you can just forgive me, if you can give me a chance to prove it to you.
I want to, Charlie. I really do. I have missed my best friend. But
I understand why you pull back, Liza. I'm sorry I hurt you like that. Please believe me. I'll never break your trust again. I miss you so much, Liza Bean.
Charlie.
She surprises him with a tight hug.
Oh, thank God.
I never replied to your messages because I just couldn't face you. I couldn't get past how angry
No,
I was.
I know.
Scared.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Honestly, what affected me that night, it's affected me my whole life, more than I even realized. I've never let anyone get close to me the way you and I were. Not even Marti. Oh my goddess, I haven't been fair to her.
No. I can see she's head over heels for you. You're lucky to have found each other.
Well, I mean, she found me, and she turned my world upside down. I'm the lucky one.
Then you should tell her that.
You're right.
Of course I am. I'm always right.
Mm-hmm. You just keep telling yourself that.
Wow. That was intense. I'm exhausted. How about you?
Yeah, the adrenaline rush is wearing off for sure. I have one more heart-to-heart before we completely crash.
You mean with Marti?
Of course, with Marti. Could you ask her to come down?
No problem. See you in the morning then?
Sure. The roads are clear now, so we don't need to rush out. Should only take 5 hours to get back, maybe 6.
Sounds great. I'll whip up some brunchy kind of thing.
Oh, whatever you do, don't let Shelby into the kitchen or we'll be calling poison control.
Noted. Night, Liza.
Wish me luck.
All the luck.
Liza rises and begins to pace. Her eyes fall on the guitar case. She takes out the guitar, puts it on the sofa, and resumes pacing.
Charlie said you wanted to talk to me?
Hi. Yeah. Hey. I want to share something with you, but God, I'm so nervous.
Wouldn't we be better off sharing things in our room?
Marty, please. I'm trying to be serious.
I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?
Could you just sit and listen, please? So, something I've been working on, and I wanted to play it for you, just for you.
Really? I get to hear something new?
You're the first person to hear it. So here's the thing. I was actually trying to write a song for you about how much I'm going to miss you while I'm away, but it wasn't working and I got stuck. I had a tune I liked, but I couldn't find the right words. And so
You say that every time. You'll figure it out. Don't worry. You always do.
Let me finish. You know what a big step it is that I'm going on this tour, but you and I haven't spent a night apart since we met, and that's all going to change in less than a month. And if there's one thing that scares me, Marty, it's that I've never told you how I feel about you. I mean, I know we say we love each other all the time, but I've been thinking a lot about what that really means to me, what I would do to get you to smile, how you make me feel like there's nobody else in the world but us. Then the song finished itself in no time. Marty, I wrote this for you, but it's about us.
You wrote a song about us? Oh, Liza.
It's finished now, I think. Please, let me just play it for you before I lose my nerve. Like the snow melts in the river, I will be with you. Whether far away or near, I will be with you. From the dark into the light, from the morning deep into night, I will be with you. Like a leap into the blue, I will trust in you. Close my eyes and dive right in. I will trust in you. From the dark into the light, from the morning deep into night, I will trust in you. Should there be a time for tears, I will comfort you. If you need somewhere to turn, I will comfort you. From the dark into the light, from the morning deep into night, I will comfort you. From the dark into the light, I will be with you. What do you think?
Put Jessie away, please.
Okay.
He returns to the guitar to its case and rejoins Marty.
You didn't like it.
Like it? You wrote that for us?
I mean, I didn't realize it at first, but Marty, when I think of you, you make me feel.
She kisses Liza. When she pulls away, they look into each other's eyes.
Marry me.
What did you say?
I said, Martha Rose Kaplan, will you marry me?
Will I? What do you think? I proposed to you twice, and both times you said.
I said I didn't know if I wanted to get married. I know.
So what's changed?
I guess I did. All this time, there was something inside me that made me feel like a scared little kid. I couldn't trust myself or anyone else. I never had the courage to let myself really be with someone with my whole heart. So I never believed that I could have any kind of happy ending, but all of a sudden I don't feel that way anymore.
Why? What happened?
You know, Charlie used to be my best friend. What I haven't told you is that I've been angry at Charlie for a long time. Back when we were in high school, he hurt me really badly. And I felt like the whole town turned against me. And I trusted Charlie completely, but he broke that trust, and I've never been able to forgive him. When he walked in here last night, all those feelings came back, and all the memories too. I realized I couldn't keep running from them. But after we finally talked tonight, I understood he never meant to hurt me. And you know how reluctant I was to come back to Wickham after all this time. But seeing how accepting everyone was here tonight, it changes everything. You know, this morning I told Shelby I wanted to close the door on all of this, but tonight I feel like that door opened for me instead. Marty, I can see my happy ending, and I want it to be with you. Please say something.
Liza Cooper, I love you so much.
And I love you. And I'm sorry that I haven't been upfront about everything. From now on, I am an open book. No more secrets. Promise.
That's good enough for me.
So.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's get married.
Yes. Oh.
I'm going to make you so happy.
Oh, you already do. You always have.
Okay, listen, I can't go to sleep until we tell someone. Let's go wake Shelby up.
And Charlie.
I'll get Shelby and you get Charlie. Let's go.
You know what? In a minute.
Liza walks around the room, taking everything in. Marty watches her silently. Lastly, Liza goes to the mantel and looks up at the portrait.
I have another question for you.
You already asked me the most important question of my life.
Do you still want to buy this place?
What did you say?
I asked if you really want to live here. Run this inn. I can tell you love it already. I do too.
Really? That's amazing. But I thought you said you'd never live in Wickham.
I didn't realize how much I missed this town. I know every inch of it like I know the back of my hand. And it's comforting. Nobody here treats me like I'm anything special or different. I'm just Liza. And I have a feeling that's only going to get more important to me as time goes on. We could have a good life here. Can't you just see it?
You know I can. And grandparents right down the road.
One step at a time.
Oh, wow. My head is spinning.
Well, you did have 3 glasses of champagne at the reception.
That's not what I meant, and you know it. You are making my head spin, Liza Cooper. I thought I knew you. Clearly, you're full of surprises.
Makes life more interesting, doesn't it?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
They kiss.
Whoop.
Hello, ladies.
Wow, you really have flawless timing. You know that?
We didn't wake you again.
Nah, I was still up. What's all the racket about? What's going on?
Liza just proposed to me.
And what did you say?
I sang to her. I made her cry. She said yes.
Welcome to the family.
Oh.
Thank you. Wait, where's my ring, woman?
Oh, can't we could pick it out together?
You didn't plan very well ahead, did you?
You know I was being spontaneous. Wait. I know. Okay. Close your eyes. Turn around.
Why? What are you doing?
She unclasps her guitar pick necklace and loops it around Marty's neck.
Okay. Now you can open them.
Marty opens her eyes as she touches the chain around her neck.
Is this your...
Our necklace. Yes, it is.
You're amazing. Oh my goodness. I love it.
They kiss.
I'm going to get that wine. I'll be right back.
So, engaged.
Engaged.
That's wow. Liza must have worked through a lot of her issues on this visit.
Apparently, you know, from the minute we got into Vermont yesterday, she was just a bundle of nerves. I've never seen her quite like that before. But as soon as she got up on that stage tonight, she was herself again. I mean, part of the reason she reaches people with her music is that she's so open and honest when she's performing. She shows her true self. Did you know that she has some fans who started following her music before she even finished college? And she still remembers every one of their names when they come to hear her?
I believe it.
I mean, who does that? What a woman.
I am so happy for you both. You're perfect for each other.
I think so too. Oh, and guess what else? Now she wants us to buy this place.
She really?
Yup, we were talking about it before you came in.
That would be wonderful.
I swear it's like someone lit a firecracker onto her. I can't keep up. Oh.
Now that sounds like the Liza we know and love.
I have to pinch myself.
Got an idea. Why not have the wedding here in Wickham? I mean, you could ask Liza's dad to officiate.
That's wow. We'll definitely have to think about that.
Think about what?
Have the wedding in your dad's church?
That'd be a first. They've never had a gay wedding there.
I mean, he performed Danny's wedding. He shouldn't play favorites, right?
Well, I suppose it doesn't hurt to ask, but maybe wait till we move up here. Marty, are you sure this place isn't too big for us to manage? You'll be doing all the heavy lifting when I'm not around.
That's true, but I just love this place.
So if it weren't so big, you'd be up for it?
Absolutely, except for the size, it's perfect.
What if you had someone to help you?
Such as?
You're looking at her. I would love to help manage this place.
Are you serious?
Liza, am I serious?
She's serious. Go on. Let it sink in.
With you backing me up, we could definitely handle it.
I'm all in. Oh, now we just have to get Abner on board.
Maybe he won't sell to us. He doesn't exactly approve of me or our relationship.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Honestly, I think Abner just wants out. He's asking way less than what it's worth, and he would know it was in good hands.
What do you think, fiance of mine?
I think if Abner goes for it, let's buy an in.
Yes.
Liza hugs Marty. She hugs Shelby. She hugs Marty again.
For Christ's sake, woman, you're like an excited puppy.
I can't help it. I'm so excited. And now we have 2 reasons to celebrate.
Did you just say for cripe's sake?
Did I?
Charlie! Charlie!
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Just get down here.
Okay.
Look, I know I said you can stay up and that you wouldn't disturb me, but I didn't think people would be screaming in the parlor all night.
Abner, I'm so sorry. We're just celebrating.
Haven't we had enough of that? It was a great night, yes, but it's over.
Not yet, it's not.
All right, okay. What's going on?
You tell him.
No, you.
No, you.
Oh, good goddess. Liza and Marty just got engaged.
You're... What? Liza? You're getting married?
This is the definition of engaged, yes.
What? You are getting married.
Getting married.
Good goddess, now there's 2 of them.
May as well get used to it, my dear.
Abner, we're getting married.
Yes, I heard it the first 3 times. Congratulations. Now, can I please get some sleep?
There's just one more thing. Liza and I were talking.
Of course you were. Someone's always talking when you 2 are around. What is it now?
We want to buy the inn.
You want?
We want to buy the inn, if you'll sell it to us.
I can't believe my ears. Liza Cooper, you want to move back and live in Wickham?
And we want to live in Wickham. We're getting married and we're moving up here and we want to buy this inn.
I know how you feel about this, but we're a package deal.
Of course you are. That's as it should be. You are getting married, aren't you?
I can't believe my ears.
Abner, look, you know we love this place. We love it too.
I think I should just sit down.
Pop, are you okay?
Abner, what's wrong?
Do you need a glass of water?
Stop fussing over me. I'm fine. It's just a lot to take in.
Abner, you decide to sell to Liza and Marty, you'll be able to retire once and for all, and I'll help Marty manage the place. it'll be in the best of hands.
We know this isn't an easy decision. If you need to think about it.
No.
No? You won't even consider it?
Pop, are you sure?
I mean, no, I don't need to think about it.
Abner!
Now, hear me out. Everyone else had their say. It's my turn.
He rises and walks around the room, taking it all in, as Liza did earlier. Everyone watches him. When he reaches Joan's portrait, he turns to Liza.
I'd like you to keep the music room just as it is now.
Yes.
Would you do that for Joan?
Yes, of course I would.
Listen carefully. This is not negotiable. If the two of you want to buy this inn, you'll have to give it a new name. It's never going to be the Wayfarer again. That was between us.
I understand.
In that case, Marty, Liza, we have a deal.
He shakes hands with Marty, then with Liza.
Thank you for trusting us.
Congratulations again.
Ugh.
Looks like you've got an in.
Looks like we've got a lot of work to do.
We're going to take such good care of this place, I promise.
I know you will. I know.
Marty? What are we going to call it?
I don't know, sweetie. Do we have to decide that right now? I think I've reached my quota on decisions for one night.
I have a suggestion.
Go on.
How about if you call it the Wickham Way? Use the town's name, keep part of the old one.
The Wickham Way. You know, that's not bad.
I love it.
What do you think, Shelby?
I think we need to share one more toast.
And in the morning, we can all share our hangovers.
Oh, shut up, Charlie.
To the Wickham Way.
To the Wickham Way.
Lights fade. Curtain.
Wonderful work. Incredible job, everyone.
Really wonderful.
And thank you so much to the audience for joining us. We're going to be back on your screens next Thursday night with Songs of the Tens, which fits in perfectly. Love, good vibes all around. And until then, thank you so much to the audience for joining us. We're going to be back on your screens next Thursday night with Songs of the Tens, which fits in perfectly. Love, good vibes all around.